Every year around this time, there's this wave of pressure that starts rolling in. Everybody's talking about resolutions and reinventions, glow ups, whole new identities, ready to magically appear the moment the clock strikes midnight, as if you're Cinderella getting this good old bibbity bobbity boo. I used to fall for it too, thinking January 1st was the perfect starting line. But honestly, I've learned something softer, truer, and way more powerful. If you've been telling yourself you'll start over in January, this is for you. You don't need a clean slate or a new year to start. And your future self, she isn't sitting somewhere in the distance waiting for a date on the calendar. She's already reaching out for you right here, right now, in the middle of your real life. Today, I want to talk about what it actually looks like to begin again in a grounded, grown woman way, not performing, not pressured, and not aesthetic. There's a reason we cling to January 1st, and it's not laziness. We were taught to believe that beginnings happen on big days, birthdays, Mondays, New Year's, after a breakup, after a breakdown. But real beginnings don't look like that. Most of the time, they're small, quiet. Something inside you just whispers, I want something different. Not a giant life overhaul, but just a shift, a nudge, or a tiny tug. And you know what? That whisper never checks the calendar. Your future self isn't saying, oh, let me wait until she has fresh new planners or a new gym membership. She's saying, whenever you're ready, I'm right here. And that's why January changes don't last. Let's be real. We all know that most New Year changes fall apart by February. Not because people are lazy or uncommitted, but because the timing is external and not internal. And let's face it, most people are doing it to have something to post for likes and any other outside validation. Growth doesn't stick when it's forced. Forced just leads to burnout and frustration and feeling defeated. And if you're anything like me, it fuels perfectionism, and that's never any good. Growth sticks when it's aligned. It sticks when it's connected to what life actually feels like right now. Your energy, your season, your reality. All of these things are the fuel that burns to keep the engine running. Take you and me, for instance, as women in our 40s, especially. We're not trying to impress anybody. We're not trying to win any productivity awards. We want change that feels nourishing and not overwhelming. That kind of change doesn't wait for January, and it doesn't have to. It begins the moment your soul gets tired of shrinking. The moment you decide that you are sick and tired of being sick and tired. I know that's how it was for me. I was tired of feeling and knowing I could be more. I was sick of waiting for things to be perfect and overthinking every little thing instead of doing. Have you ever felt that way? One of the biggest reasons we feel stuck is because we don't realize we're already moving. If you've been having any kind of growing pains, but you weren't quite sure what that was, the fact that you're here is proof of motion. You're learning things, you're healing things, you're adapting and evolving and reflecting. And even when it feels like you've been standing in the same spot for months, something in you is shifting. Your best self isn't some perfect woman you'll meet one day. She's the accumulation of all the tiny choices that you're making right now, the ones you barely even notice. The days you choose grace over self criticism, the days you rest instead of forcing productivity, the days you drink water and you know who you are, choosing to take a walk instead of scrolling on your phone, or making the time to breathe deeper and practice mindfulness. Those aren't small, those are you becoming. Real beginnings rarely look like step one, day one. They don't come with fireworks. They look like deciding you want to feel better in your body, cleaning one corner of the room, drinking tea instead of soda, writing down one thought that's been heavy, taking a shower when you're in a slump, speaking a little more kindly to yourself. Beginnings happen in the middle of routines and disappointments, laundry, tired evenings, rough mornings, unexpected joys. They happen when you stop waiting for perfect conditions, when you choose to start inside your real life. Here's the truth that nobody talks about. Your best self doesn't live in the future. She lives in your next choice. She's already woven into the smallest moments of your day. When you check in with yourself instead of abandoning how you feel, you meet her. When you keep your promise to yourself, even the smallest one, you meet her. When you show up imperfect but honest, you meet her. She's not waiting on January. She's waiting on your presence. Not discipline, not perfection, just the moment that you decide to show up. If you've been thinking, I'll just start fresh in January, I want you to hear me. You don't have to start over just because it's a new year. And you don't have to wait for a date to choose yourself. Starting now doesn't mean starting big. It doesn't erase the past year, it includes it. Your shift can begin today. Your softness can begin today. You're becoming your real grown woman, grounded becoming is already happening. You're not late. You're right on time. Thank you for spending this time with me. If it's helped you to breathe a little deeper, I invite you to come along with me. Subscribe and let's walk this whole journey together, softly and slowly in real time. Take care and thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.